Welcome back to more Trial of Ascension Challenge, everyone. So last time we made it to floor number 90 and we beat the Sylph boss. Oh yes, this time floor 91. So we are now in the final stretch of TOA, the final 10 floors of the game. And it is part 15, which means that, well, you know, part 15 and part 16 are going to be post-commentary. Yes. Because again, I'm still speeding things up just because it's taking way too long. It honestly is. It's taking way too long every single floor, so because these are easy, I'm just double speeding. But I know I keep saying that in the beginning, but it's mostly because, like, I'm assuming that maybe some of you are only like watching like one video, or like you're new to my channel, so you're watching this video and you're like, what the hell is this? Well, that's kind of why I like to repeat myself in the beginning of videos a lot and make the same type of intro and say, oh, this is what I'm doing. So yeah, if it gets annoying, I'm sorry, but I know, I'm sure you'll understand. It's just because I want to appeal to everybody and make sure that they understand, just to be clear. Anyway, let's talk about the monsters. Well, I didn't talk about that area, but this one right here, okay, these are Bremis. Bremis are fire elementals, and those are Kahil, the fire Garuda. So, Kahils are, they're pretty interesting monsters, but they only, I mean, if you have a Kahil, it only works early in the game. Just because once you get Bernard, Kahils are pretty much outclassed. Kahil is essentially a weaker Bernard because he has the same exact move as Bernard. It's a 3-turn cooltime that improves the bar by 30% of all allies and improves attack speed. So yes, it is exactly like Bernard. The problem is that Bernard has a superior second skill, Body Slam, and much better stats. More HP, more defense, I think less attack, but whatever, and a lot more speed. So, more speed, more defense, and more HP versus less attack. Who would you take? Obviously Bernard. As far as Bremis goes, I mean, Bremis is an elemental that's just not used, just like the Hairnose and probably even Briz. To be honest, Taharis and Camille's are the only two that are actually used effectively. It's mostly Taharis now because Camille's got... He didn't get directly nerfed, he got nerfed indirectly, basically by buffing up Giant's Keep, changing it up. Camille's essentially became useless for Giant's Keep, and that was his main use. Nowadays, he has some use in certain teams, in certain situations, but it's still hard to make him shine. So he did suffer a lot over the years, you know, he really did. Which is unfortunate. Anyway, right here there are 3 liches. The thing that I love about liches, when they're bosses or whatever, I mean, yes, they're annoying monsters, especially, you know, Fuko, but they just can't kill you. Like, okay, that move right there that you saw, that's probably the strongest move that they have. And look how much damage it did. I mean, you can't die. As long as you bring, like, one pretty good healer, you can't die on this. It'll take a long time to clear it, the floor, but you can't die. Like, I don't ever hear anybody be like, oh, I have trouble in this floor with these liches. Like, okay. Yeah, you don't hear that because people don't have trouble with liches. That's part of the reason why, you know, liches, I'll be honest, you know, a lot of people say that liches suck. The only ones are Fuko, and nowadays the water lich is having a bit more use, so maybe that one too, but it's really just Fuko and the water one, which I forgot the name of. But everybody else, like fire, even, I don't know about Dark and Light because I don't know about those monsters too well. Dark and Light 4 stars right now. But, I don't know, I mean, you can feel free to leave a comment and be like, oh no, this lich is awesome, you're wrong. Then I'll be like, okay, thank you for the comment. I guess I'll have to believe you. I mean, first of all, I'll do some research too, before I just automatically believe anybody who posts a comment on YouTube. Although a lot of you guys do post helpful comments, you really do, so I do appreciate that. But yeah, okay, you get what I mean. So, yeah, see, that's why in this situation you want to leave Fuko for last, because it's going to take quite a while because of that stupid shield. So, kill the other liches first, and then eventually Fuko will be demolished, because it'll be 5-on-1. So yeah, this is floor 91, and it was actually one of the easier floors in the last 20 or so, you know? It really was, despite it being the first of the final stretch. But see, I do believe that, see, aren't floors 91 through 100 always the same? And like the same order and stuff? I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, it's because they always pair them up in sets of 10. You know, like, floors 41 through 50 for this one are going to be in, you know, a future TOA in that same order, but they're not going to be 40 to 50, and they're not always going to be TOA normal. So like they switch. But because the boss Atheros is always, you know, 100, aren't floors 91 through 99 always the same? I mean, I don't know. This is the first time I've ever been in the floor 90s, so I have no experience with that, you know, knowing that, so yeah. I mean, it'll be funny if, like, next month I can't actually, you know, make it to floor 90, because, you know, obviously they're gonna switch to monsters to, like, to do every month. So, it'll be interesting, but kind of annoying too, you know? Like, this one, you know, I made it to floor 92 now, as of now. But am I really going to be able to do this next month? Because sometimes certain months are a hell of a lot harder than others, and that's a problem. I mean, yes, I have very good TOA monsters, you know, Vertiheel, Beretta, Veramos, and even Shanard, and I'm working on Mav now. He's a 6-star level 40. He just needs skill ups. So, I do have the monsters, but I don't think this combination will work for everybody. I just don't think so. Yeah, anyway, let's see. These are some Casey's. Okay, Casey's are pretty bad monsters, as you already know. If you watch my monster strategy, you would know that Casey is just not a very good monster. I mean, every single pixie in the game sucks, except for Shannon. Because, like, even... I mean, I guess the second best one would be Tadu, the fire one. Because if you combine her well with DOT users, she could do a lot of damage, but... even then, it's very situational, because in a lot of cases you actually want to maintain the DOTs to do consistent damage instead of doing one massive attack. And on top of that, you know, Tadu's stats being a 2-star, you know, which means that she generally does not have massive attack, you know, compared to other really hard nukers. But whatever. And then let's see, right here there are, what are the fire ones are called, are they Cracked On? I think it's Cracked On. Really not sure. Because the wind one is Lucan, the water one is Kaiman, I believe. Fire should be Cracked On. And then the dark one is like Decameron, and then the I think the light is like Shaman or something. Shaman? Shamar? No, it's not Shamar, that's the light. No, that's the Hellhound. It might be Shaman. Okay, so in here, there's a Wind Rakshasa and 4 Kahil. Yeah. So Kahils are going to be spamming their rapidity, which is it could get quite annoying. But what I focused on doing here was this: killing the Rakshasa, because that monster is actually powerful offensive-wise. So if you get rid of that, even though you're fighting 4 Kahils with their stupid rapidities, they're not really going to be able to do a lot of damage to you. They're not. So that was my thinking. And yeah, I mean, it did work out. It worked out very well. I mean, usually you want to take out the nukers first, because they will mess you up if you leave them there for too long. I mean, I guess the exception would be certain floors where they can actually revive. Sometimes it's better to, you know, spread out the damage and everything. And then not just directly kill a nuker because you're going to revive. Instead you want to, like, kill the nuker a little bit right before you kill a reviver, or vice versa. That way they're both weak and whatever. Because in TOA, you can't be like, oh, I'm going to go after the nuker first, and then I'm going to go ahead and kill the reviver before they get a turn. Like, that's pretty rare because of the amount of HP they have in these floors now. It's pretty ridiculous. So you can't actually go from full HP to 0 within them not getting a turn, unless you continuously keep provoking and stunning that monster for like 3 turns in a row or whatever. Then yeah, that's possible. But if you can't, chances are you won't be able to do that strategy. I mean, usually I can, because I have a lot of, Amin provokes a lot, you know. And I of course have Shannon, Beretta, and Veramos, all who can stun. So I have quite a lot of stuns, and that does help a lot. It does. But anyway, with this floor being finished, that puts us at floor 93, because as you can see, we're obviously going to be able to clear the floor. Obviously. And yeah, this is going to be part 15 of Trial of Ascension Challenge. Wow. Quite interesting. I mean, I never thought that I would make it this far. I thought I would end like at maybe 80 at the most. Actually, more like 70. But then I saw the boss of 70 being the freaking Lich, which is one of the most pathetic bosses in TOA ever, because he has 2 Dark Epikion Priests, which are essentially useless. So yeah, you know, I saw that, I'm like, oh, I can do this, I can do this. And yeah, I did it. And then, you know, floor 80, Laura and Charlotte gave me a little bit of trouble, but I was actually able to manage. I did it, so I was very happy with myself. And then after that, it was, the Dark Sylph, which again, I failed probably like 5 or 6 times total. I couldn't do it, but eventually, I was able to, you know, persevere and did it. Okay, so this one has some Huas and the, fire golems, which, oh my god, for some reason I only know the damn, the water golem's name, Kun, and the dark one, Maggie. And yes, the best golem, which is Light Golem, I actually cannot think of the name at the moment. For some reason the name Colton comes up. Is Colton one of the golems, or is he another monster? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I could easily just, you know, look that up, but whatever. Okay, so this floor has Ellen's and Dark Living Armors, which I forgot. Dark Living Armors are actually pretty good monsters because they have 2 AoE moves. I would say they're probably the second best, you know, Living Armors. Behind, of course, Copper. Ellen's in here, I mean, they have the AoE move, which can actually decrease your attack bar by quite a lot, if they get lucky. So, because they're more offensive-wise, I mean, it doesn't take that long to kill them, which is why I would recommend actually killing them, going after them. So attack with everybody except, you know, Vertiheal, who needs to crit, so, I mean, rather I attack, but whatever. Because that was a kill, but generally, you know, again, don't attack waters with Vertiheal because you need the crits. You need the crits. This floor looks a bit hard on the outside, but as always, if you have a lot of stuns, a lot of AoE stuns and everything, you're good. Yeah, you know, just do that, and then... And here I became strategic. I'm like, okay, 4 of them are stunned. I'm actually going to use Turbulence on the only one that's not stunned, because I'm essentially wasting the AoE stun again. So, in my next turn, I was like, okay, I only stun one right there, so now I can actually do this, and I stun another one. So, I mean... That's a bit of a strategic move. People would say to use Phoenix's Fire first anyway because you want the DOTs to land as soon as possible and start, you know, doing DOT damage. But, DOT damage. Basically I said, and start doing damage over time damage because that's what DOT means. That's funny. But yeah, I was a bit, you know, more strategic. They're a bit different and I was like, okay, I'm actually going to change it up a bit. And I did. So, let's see, what did I do next in here? I'm just like, you know, spectating here. Course. I mean, that's what post commentary is, you know, you spectate your own gameplay. That's why in general I don't like doing post commentaries, because first of all, it takes twice the amount of time. Like, you know, you play the game for 20 minutes, or in this case more, because, you know, I'm speeding up parts, so like 30 minutes, then you have to waste some time editing the video, putting it perfectly for 20 minutes, and then you have to go through the entire video again and waste 20 more minutes. So essentially 30 minutes of gameplay, a few minutes of editing first, and then 20 minutes of commentary. That's already almost basically an hour. You're using up an hour of your life. And then more editing at the end once you actually put your commentary with that. So it's going to take a long time. Whereas if you just play a game for 20 minutes and, you know, talk, it's already 20 minutes. And then you simply put in an iMovie or whatever you use, you know, edit for about 10 minutes, done. 30-minute worth, you know, 30-minute worth of work there. Yeah. And you know, if I do too many post commentaries like what I'm doing right now, I get overwhelmed. It's a lot of work. I'm doing other stuff in my life too, you know, from school and whatever. So it's definitely crazy. It's definitely crazy. I mean, I don't know. It's just, yeah. I don't know what to say, people. I have no idea. Alright, well, now, how much, hold on, let me see how much time I've been doing. Okay. Sorry, I'm just like looking at my time here. Like the actual amount of time I've done with commentaries versus the video length, because I think I accidentally clicked on something I shouldn't have and now I lost track of my time, but whatever. Because basically I lost the point of my commentary with the video, so now I'm not perfectly aligned, but that's okay. I guess for the rest of this video I will be a bit like, you know, not perfectly synced. But anyway, that's floor 93 finished. So now moving on to floor number 94. Now, floor 94 has a lot of light monsters, a lot of healing, and it could actually get quite crazy. I mean, there's, you know, Belodions, Teons, and the, I think it's called Mihail, or Mihail, I don't know. So it's a lot of healing, and it's pretty annoying because it's going to take a long time, but that's okay. That is okay. Yeah, so, this one here has Water Griffins and, what's their name? Linderman. Linderman has a pretty interesting third skill. Basically, it's a move that has a 100% chance to stun. And when I say 100% chance, I'm not saying initial chance, I'm saying overall. Yes, that move actually bypasses resistance, which means that it will always stun unless the enemy is immune to stuns, which is basically most bosses and like, who else? What other monsters? The Cameron and Shaman, you know, they're immune. So yeah, if they're immune to stuns, or if you land a glancing hit, it will not stun, but any other situation, it'll stun. I mean, it's a good skill on the outside, but then when you look at which monster actually has it, you're like, not too appealing. But I guess that's the way of balancing out, because, okay, what if they get that move to freaking Julian? Guaranteed stun. That would be so OP, that would be cheap. You know, they gotta give the really good skills to the monsters that... What the hell? What was that? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I just heard a car or something. But yeah, you know, they would end up giving the good skills to the bad monsters, because that makes a lot more sense in terms of balance. And yeah. So this floor here has rogues and water inugamis. It's funny how whenever I don't say the name, you can assume that I don't actually know their real name. I just say, oh, water inugami. Yeah, okay, this one here. Do you see this? There's 2 Teons, 2 Belodions, and a Mihail. So, it's hard to know what to do. First of all, the Teons are the only ones that can revive. Belodion cannot revive, and Mihail cannot. Mihail has a very powerful heal. Belodion obviously does too. Teon's heal is not as good if it's used as a heal instead of a revive. But overall, it's a lot of healing. It's a lot. So you do kind of have to know what you're going to be doing here. What you should do is, of course, go for the Teons first, because they're revivers. If you kill the other ones, they're going to keep reviving, and that's annoying, so don't let that happen. Don't. I mean, I did take a while to, you know, make some moves here, because I was thinking a lot. I was unsure of what to do. But yeah, as long as you keep stunning, or try to stun as much as you can, try to provoke sometimes to prevent them from using their good healing skills, as long as you do that, you should be okay. This floor is another example of one that's not, it's not hard, it's just time consuming. Because if you look at the 5 monsters, there's not a single monster that can actually be devastating. I mean, the worst would probably be Belodion in terms of attacking, because he can defense break you and remove your buffs, I guess. Teon, no. I mean, Teon can stun, but no, not high attack. And Mihail's a very good support, but I don't think Mihail actually does a lot of damage. I mean, I could be wrong on that, I don't know, but... whatever. So when you get 1 Teon down, you know, in HP, it is important to look at the other Teon and be like, okay, one of the Teons is about to die. As you can see, he has 3 DOTs, and he's going to get his turn soon. The other Teon is currently stunned. So, because of that, it's now time to go ahead and, you know, hit the Teon a lot, except when it comes to provoking. I wouldn't want to hit other monsters. Or I could actually provoke the Teon as well. You know, there's a lot of options. But yeah, you know, using Turbulence on Belodions are also pretty good because, you know, they have Mobilize, and that move is, it's pretty crazy. It's a good move. Yeah, so as you can see right here, I was like, oh my god, this Teon's actually going to revive. This Teon is going to revive the other Teon, that's not good. But, I mean, I don't know what I did here. Okay, I stunned. Yeah, I was like, yes, I stunned him. The unfortunate news is that he's actually on a defense buff, which, yeah, that sucks. That sucks so much. But whatever. There's 4 DOTs on him now, but I don't think that's 20% still. Gotta keep going with more attacking. Right there was like, gotta provoke. But, okay. And then more DOTs, that's 5 DOTs, and that should be 25% HP damage, which means that he should die. He should be dead. Which means that after that, it is probably best to go after Belladions, you know? Because I would say Mobilize, you know, will keep speeding them up too much attack bar bonuses, so that's not good. Sorry about that chair sound. Too much chair sound, you can hear that easily. You can. But yeah, I mean, there really isn't much else to say, you know? There's not. I mean, I am close to this, you know, sorry. I am very close for this, and I keep saying the grammatical mistake. Jesus Christ, that's funny. It's because I'm looking at something else in my room and it's distracting me. But basically I was saying that this video is close to being over. God damn it, man, me and my mess-ups. Okay, so next video, we're going to be going to the second to last floor of TOA. I'll just say that right now. We're getting there. We are getting there. These floors are taking a long time, but you know what? I'm still making progress. I am. So that's good. Luckily it's not TOA hard, which will take me like 30 minutes to do one stage. So, oh yeah, by the way, in here I was actually having a lot of fun. Look at how many debuffs I had on him. Like, they just kept adding up, and I was like, oh my god, look at this junk. This is crazy. Anyway, I did it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye everybody, and until next time.